students, good morning. Today we will start another topic, that is the definite integration. First we will discuss its main objectives there. What we will learn from this topic? We will learn a second fundamental theorem of integral calculus. Then we will learn how to evaluate the definite integral with the help of the properties. Then we will learn definite integral as the limit of a sum. Now, first of all, we will learn what is the meaning of the definite integration. Definite integration, as per the name, definite, particular, fixed. In definite integration, the function is defined for a particular period, or we can say that let f be a continuous function. There is a function, one statement is given to you, which is defined on the closed interval a and b. Then we denote the definite integral of f on ab. We will represent this full statement in mathematical form is equal to limit a to b for a function fx which we have to integrate with respect to x, where a is called the lower limit and b is called the upper limit. Now, by the second fundamental theorem, first of all, we will integrate the function with respect to x. Let us suppose fx integration is fx there. Then we will write down the limit as it is there, a till b. Then we will put upper limit minus lower limit and we will get the answer there. We will put the limit, upper limit in the given function and lower limit in the respective function. Then we will find out the result by subtracting the respective value. I am taking one simple example here. Evaluate. Integrate x square with respect to x for a limit 2 till 3. First of all, we will integrate x square. When we integrate x square, so it's a simple algebraical integration there. We will apply the formula x raised to power n is equal to x n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. First of all, x raised to power 2, 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1 is there, and limit 2 till 3 as it is. Now, here we will not write down the c term there because confirmed defined period is given there, 2 till 3. No need to write down the constant of integration. Then 2 till 3, we will put the limits there and we will find out the particular period answer. Now it will be equal to x cube upon 3, limit 2 till 3. We can take 1 upon 3 as a common number there, or we can take 3 as it is there. When we put the upper limit, 3 cube upon 3 minus 2 cube upon 3. When we solve the value, it will give us a result 3 minus 8 upon 3. When we take a LCM, we will find out the answer 19 upon 3. Now I am taking one more example related to the trigonometric ratio. Evaluate pi by 6 to pi by 2. Integrate a fraction, that is 3 cosecant x cot x. Now, first of all, we will check that the numerator is the differentiation of the denominator. Yes, if we substitute the value cosecant x as a y, then the differentiation of a cosecant x is minus cosecant x cot x, and dx is as it is there is equal to dy. Now we are having the differentiation in numerator cosecant x cot x. Now when we substitute the value, then we will change this limit also according to the respective variable. Now because this limit is for the x function we will find out the limit for the y because we integrate with respect to y now. Cosecant, first we will put the lower limit here. Cosecant pi by 6. When we put the value pi by 6 here, so cosecant pi by 6 is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2 there because cosecant pi by 6 is equal to 2 here. We put the value, put x is equal to pi by 6, so y is equal to 2. Now pi by 2. When we put the value pi by 2 here, so cosecant pi by 2 value is 1. That's why x is equal to y pi by 2, so y is equal to 1. Now we are having a limit with respect to y that is 2 till 1. This is the very important point. Whenever we use the substitution method for the definite integral, we always change the limit there. Minus 3 as it is, we can take 3 as a common factor and minus sign as it is there. So it will be equal to minus 3 1 upon 1 plus y square dy. Now we will put the limit related to y variable, that is 2 till 1. We will integrate 1 upon 1 plus y square, that is the integration of tan inverse y, minus 3 tan inverse y, 2 till 1. We will put the value here. Then we will find out the result. Minus 3 tan inverse 1 minus tan inverse 2. Tan inverse 2 is as it is there. And tan inverse 1 is pi by 4. So tan pi by 4. So it will be pi by 4 there. Tan inverse into tan pi by 4. Drop and pi by 4 is there. Now I am taking one more example in which the statement will where we will add and subtract the value according to our requirement there. Now x ex is there. X plus 1 whole square in denominator, we have to integrate with respect to x and limit is given 0 till 1. First of all, we check in the numerator, only x is there. We can separate the value if we add 1 and subtract 1 in the numerator. Now, we will add 1 and subtract 1 in the numerator e raised to power x as it is there and x plus 1 whole square as it is there. Now, we can separate the fractions there. It will be equal to e raised to power x dx, so as it is there. Now, in this part, we will separate the fraction there. So, it will be equal to x plus 1 upon x plus 1 whole square minus 1 upon x plus 1 whole square. Now, we can cut this value 1. Full bar x plus 1 is cancelled with x plus 1. So, it will be equal to e raised to power x upon x plus 1 dx. Limit is as it is there, 0 till 1 plus minus 1 upon x plus 1 whole square e raised to power x, 0 till 1 there. Now, here we will find out that in this integration, we can apply the simple by parts method because this integration is the differentiation of this function. When we solve this value, we will find out that. We will solve this integration by parts. 0 till 1, 1 upon x plus 1 e raised to power x dx. Now, according to ELATE, we will take exponential function as the second function and 1 upon x plus 1 as the first function. When we will integrate this integral term, we will find out that first function as it is there and integration of the second function. So, it will be equal to e raised to power x, x plus 1, limit is as it is there, 0 till 1 minus integral of 0 till 1 minus 1 upon x plus 1 whole square e raised to power x. Now, this minus and this minus will change the sign, it will be equal to plus, and now we will find out that whatever limit is there whatever integration is there with respect to the 0 till 1 limit, it is full cancel. This full integration is cancelled with full integration. Now we are having a answer e raised to power x, x plus 1, 0 till 1. Now we can put the values there. So it will be equal to, when we put the upper limit, so it will be equal to e raised to power 1, 1 plus 1, e raised to power 1 upon 2. When we put the value 0 here, so it will be equal to e raised to power 0 upon 0 plus 1. It will be equal to e raised to power 0 is 1. Now students, I hope this concept is clear to you. Now you are able to do the sum related to this topic. You will receive one link related to this topic. Go through that link also and do your assignment. Thank you.